I'm Nikki, and welcome to my Q&A webcam vlog. Woohoo! Our first question today comes from Mojo7500. If you could be any video game character, which video game character would you be? Well, I'm a girl, so I'd want to keep my lady parts. I would still want to be a girl, but it seems like girls often play the role of the damsel in distress in video games. Like, Mario, save me from Koopa! Oh! Hell no, I'd want to be part of the action. Alice from Resident Evil I think is super cool, but being around zombies all day would make me super nervous. So I see myself more as an adventurer anyway. So I'd pick Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. I think she would be a badass person to be. Our second question today comes from Issacgore. Nikki, do you think you would be able to survive being on Fear Factor and possibly even win? Probably not. There's a lot of stuff on the show that I think I could do because I'm kind of a tough girl. But there's also a lot of stuff on the show that I just don't see worth doing for any amount of money. I'm terrified of scorpions. I would never sit in a freaking box filled with hundreds of scorpions. I don't want to get stung. Just not worth it to me. I don't see how anyone would see that as being, I don't know. Or I wouldn't eat like 100 cockroaches for a few $1,000s. Again, just not worth it. Funny story, my little sister, growing up, used to be obsessed with Fear Factor. When she was about 9 years old, she was determined to grow up and be on the show. And she would always practice for Fear Factor, except it was so funny. It was always stuff that you would never see on Fear Factor. My mom would bring like Brussels sprouts to the dinner table, and my little sister would sit there and say, I hate Brussels sprouts, but I'm gonna eat them because I'm practicing to be on Fear Factor. And I'd say, Donica, they're not gonna ask you to eat vegetables on Fear Factor, okay? Why don't you go outside and eat some frickin' bugs if you're gonna practice? I will go out to the garden and dig up some worms for you right now. But no, she never ate bugs. Well, the final question today comes from Paper Mario 1018. Would you rather go back in time or the future? If I wouldn't create any paradoxes, well, this is hypothetical. Going back in time, you kind of know what already happened. I can just pick up a frickin' book and learn about it. I would want to go to the future where nobody has been before, and I could get frickin' rich. I could just, like, figure out who's going to win all the sporting events in the future and then place bets when I go back in time and make a lot of money. Kind of like what the bad guy did in Back to the Future. Or I could just learn all the secrets and just basically have more knowledge than everyone else in the past. Maybe even invent a few things. That sounds bad. Oh well. I mean, greed aside, no, I wouldn't do that. But greed aside, it's the adventure in me. I'd want to go to the future to see something that no one has ever seen before. I think that would be truly awesome. Well, that brings us to our random fact of the day, which is, every time you sneeze, some of your brain cells dies. Which is really funny because it's always the nerds that have tons of allergies. Well, thanks guys so much for tuning into my Q&A webcam vlog. I really appreciate it. If you'd like your question featured in my next vlog, post it in the comment section or tweet me at NikitaBanana88. Mwah!